Oh yeah, Sakuigar. This is HK7335 welcoming you to another video. This time we're talking about the assembly of my new helmet, the Berserker. This helmet is probably one of my simplest helmets, but it does have some accessories. This is basically all the parts you're going to need to print if you want to build everything. If you don't want to build everything, like if you don't want to put the heavy antennas on or the rangefinder, then this is the bare minimum that you will need to print. And the parts include the helmet itself, the rear vent frame, the rear vent louvers, the visor template, which is is recommended so that you can cut a visor that is going to fit properly on the inside of this helmet in the guide slots and retention slots. Additionally, these are my new style visor mag clips. They are a two-piece affair. This is the base. This glues into the helmet with this section pointing up towards the top of the helmet. Then this piece will snug into the top, and then you just snap it down and it will hold the visor in place. So no more magnets, no screws, and you just glue it in and you're good to go. Super glue or epoxy will be just fine. Next up is your ears. If you want to just have basic ears on your helmet, then you need the ear top base and then the basic ear cap, which will fit right inside of it, and everything is held together with not a screw actually. So, well, actually, yes, I take that back. Yes, this will take a screw, which will screw into here, so you'll run your screw through here and then attach your ear with a screw, or you could just glue it in. You don't have to screw it in. But the main ear cap, or the base, that attaches by way of this piece, which glues into this section here. And as you can see, if I isolate these here, there's a notch at the top that helps you register this properly. So this will fit directly into here. I would glue that in. Then you can slide the ears into the helmet like so. Let's see if we can just go ahead and just do a quick little assembly. So your ear base sits like that, and then this thing, which is called the coupler, is going to go and be glued into there, and it should end up looking about like this. Then the whole thing could be glued if you want. If you want to just glue it on, you can. If you want to be able to remove it, like the reason why I left this hole here was if you wanted to run any kind of wiring through here for whatever reason, if you wanted to put on an antenna, or you wanted to put in a axle for a rangefinder. It just gives you access, which is something I like to provide on my models. You may never use it, but if you do want to use it, it's there. So then of course this retaining pin just slides in, and it should stay in with just friction. And if you go from the top down, then it's going to be very unlikely for it to pop out. So that's how the ear base attaches. And then what you would do is you'd already have the ear cap screwed on here. So, and again, you have access for a screwdriver. So if you do put in your screw after the fact, you want to take the ear cap off and say replace it with the heavy antenna, then you can get into this area with a screwdriver without having to pull the ear base off. So that's why I designed that way. Now, you also have the forehead cap. It's called the forehead plate. Okay, so you'll need to print this. This is just designed to glue on. However, this thing is thick enough that if you actually wanted to just put a couple of like wood screws through here to hold it on, you certainly could. I would glue it on. If you want to leave it off for painting, then just mask this area off with tape before you paint it or primer it. And the same thing for back here. Don't paint this. Mask it, then do your paint job, and then glue it in place when you're ready. Now, if you want to put the rangefinder on, then you're not going to use these ears. So what you'll do is you'll attach the ear base the same way that we demonstrated a few moments ago using the coupler. And now you have this socket here, which the rangefinder will fit into. And we'll go ahead and bring that up so we can see how this all works. What happens here is, again, we have a hole for a screw. You're going to need probably a 16mm screw for this, because you need to go through here. You need to go through the inner hub, which fits in here. And then you also need to go into the outer hub. I provisioned this for an M3 threaded insert, 3mm threaded insert. If you built my other helmets, you probably already have some, because they sell them in packs of 50 or packs of 100. They're very useful, and it's nice to have a properly threaded piece to put in there. I would epoxy it in so that it doesn't back out if you over tighten the screw. This is about the only hardware you're going to need on this helmet. Is 2 screws, 2 threaded inserts, 2 flat washers, and 2 lock washers. Now, the length of the screw will depend on what you're putting on. Again, if you're putting just the ear cap on, you can probably get away with a 12mm. For this, you're going to need a 16. So this hub slides on the outside of here, and this is actually going to need to glue into the rangefinder stem. All right, this is basically just so you can pull this whole thing off, and also so that I could properly register this so that it would move up and down correctly. So yeah, you're going to want to glue this into here. So let's go ahead and just slide this on. But don't glue this to this. So this should just sit over the top of the inner hub. Okay, and it's going to all be held together with a screw. But to make sure that this stays on, you're going to want to glue this onto this, like so. Just like that, and you're golden. Now, if you want to improve the rotational aspect of this, there's a couple of things you could do. You could place a flat washer in here, a thin one, to act as sort of a bearing surface. But you could also just hit it with some graphite powder in there, the kind that locksmiths use. Or if you've made my black Berserker, then utilize that. You can find the graphite that I use. If you go onto my Linktree, there'll be a link for my Amazon store, and everything that I use is included in there. So yeah, then this whole thing will screw together, and the rangefinder will work. For the top of the rangefinder, it's pretty straightforward. It'll be like this. Actually, this is the viewer screen. This is the viewer body. And I'd like to point out that this viewer body is a good bit larger than a standard rangefinder viewer, so you should have no problem putting electronics from any of the various makers who create rangefinder electronics. You will need to drill holes for whatever LED arrangement you've got. I left that open-ended, so that's going to be up to you. But this piece just goes right onto here, so like so. Let's see if we can just eyeball it here. Yeah, just like that. This will snap in. You're going to want to basically run this part in underneath this lip here, and then the whole thing will snap down. I'm going to hide this for a moment, and then this screen, which you should print in a clear material, or you can use this as a template if you want to just cut something out of some clear material that you have. You can just use this. So this just slides into these little slots down here, and it should stay put, or you can glue it in or hot glue it in so it doesn't move if you've cut your own material. Okay, let's talk about the heavy antennas. So you get a left and a right. The heavy antennas are designed to screw on the same way as the ear cap, and another feature is they are hollow. As you can see, they have a threaded insert port. They are hollow. And you can go up into here. So if you want to put some kind of lighting in here and some power down in here, you can. This is all solid, so you won't be able to get anything in here. This is designed pretty much to be specific to this helmet, and it's really not going to work on the Tech Spec or the Valkyries. It's just because this is shaped to the dome. It's also designed to work with this ear cap, and really not any other. It's a heavy antenna designed to go with this heavy helmet, and that's the heavy antenna. That is basically the Berserker helmet. It's very simple, and I hope you enjoy it. I had fun making it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys do with it, with all your various paint jobs and configurations and lighting rigs that you add to it. It should be pretty exciting to see, so I am very much looking forward to that. All right, so that's going to wrap this up, and until then, this is HK7335 saying au revoir, and I will see you next time.